Happy Wednesday.
Happy Wednesday. That wasn't a bit. I was plugging something in. The thing I was plugging in is my. I looked back. I was like, hello there. But yeah, I was plugging in my headphones because I gotta put my big muffs on today because I spent all that juice at work.
Yeah,
how are you?
Long conversations. I'm good. I don't know. I was feeling a little under the weather earlier this week, but I'm feeling good today. So it's like, it's like when you lose your wallet and then you find it and you're a lot happier after you find it. It's like I feel very normal, but it's a great day because I haven't been feeling normal the last couple days. So normal feels excellent, today.
Okay.
Tell me a little bit. I know you wanted to vibe today, but tell me a little bit about what recent changes you've made and what kind of problems are still ahead of you.
Sure. So, I should probably do this on my local, right? Yeah, here, there we go. Okay, I set up two screens. This is going to make, so I'm on my personal MacBook Air, that I bought for my wife, but did not, I'm the one that uses it all the time. Let me MacBook share this window.
I got an iPad mini that no one uses ever. I can't really think of a good use case for it.
You could use it to test how the application functions. Oh, if I share the tab, you can't see the URL. Cool. Well, it's localhost, whatever. So, couple things. One, here, let me actually do this. Yeah, there we go. That'll look better on the screen share. We'll see what that does for the, variable width. I'm sure it'll just put boxes around it, and I'll regret it. I'm actually going to re-expand it for that very reason. So number one, let me pull git checkout, git branch, master git checkout master, git pull. Okay. There we go. And so if I refresh, first of all, tightened everything up a little here. Okay. See, we got the. All right. See how tight the padding is. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
See, because here. No, let me do it this way. Here's the live website. All right. This is prod. Mm-hmm. Okay. You see this?
Mm-hmm.
Ugh. You see this back button? Ugh.
Right? Gross. Yeah.
And if I, all right, see that back button that kept confusing everybody because they're like, what do you mean? Oh, when I click the button, I don't want to click this X. I want to click back at the top,
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, can't blame the user, can never blame the user, okay?
That's right.
And I don't blame the user, and I appreciate you complimenting my capacity to accept feedback and get absolutely ball busted on app feedback, but you guys are the best.
Oh, yeah.
Thank God for you guys.
Dude, Levi busts your balls so hard that he actually builds a competing app. He actually has like an ongoing. He doesn't even want the app. I think he just built it so it's his form of feedback.
Leancoffee.black is his feedback to me. He's like, well, I thought about it. I was thinking about it, and I was like, what if it was good?
Yeah.
What if it was good? And I built leancoffee.black, and I bought that domain, and you can't have it now. Now, I have to buy leancoffee.cream, and no one's going to want to go to a .cream address. Some people are, but no one I won't do business with.
Instead of submitting like a feature request for you, he just builds the feature on his own site.
He just builds it. So,
builds it. Yeah.
Couple things. Okay. I fixed the padding. Padding's a little tighter. Okay.
Yeah,
you can see some more consistent padding. Okay. I took the Affordances feedback to heart and went this way with it. Mouse over. Okay. See the cup handle appear on mouse over? Yeah.
It makes you want to click that zero.
Makes you want to click it.
Oh my God! What an affordance!
What an
Incredible.
affordance. I want to make the 0 a plus symbol by default, and when it's a number, it's not a plus. I didn't do that yet, but
Yeah,
my,
wow.
my. Oh, is that another affordance? It is.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, that's good and clean.
That's good. That's good. Feeling good about that. Feeling good about sessions. It's now a button off to the top right, away from the comments. Okay? And what does that look like on mobile, you might ask? Well, I'll show you. It looks like... Hold on, let me unclick that somehow. There we go. It looks like that, baby. Okay, got the little back button up here. Still probably confusing.
Yeah.
But not as confusing.
Yeah.
In the desktop mode.
Yeah.
I'd love your feedback because I'm going to hand it to Codex. So there's that. There's that. Ooh. I fixed the audio device switching dysfunction.
Nice.
I believe I did. So let me share this tab instead. Okay, here's what it looks like. Okay. And then you go, oh, I want to use this one. And then you tab away. And then you tab back. Is it fine when I'm sharing it because it's active enough not to fail? Oh, whatever. It doesn't do that anymore on my version of it. I'm sure there's some strangeness of persisting in a screen share where it doesn't unload the component because you're still viewing it or something. I don't know. I don't know how to... No, let me...
Yeah,
No,
I never
don't wanna do
understood the tab switches your audio.
Well, the problem
I never
is...
ran into that one personally.
When you control tab, right, when you move off to another tab and leave the other one in the background, it kind of like unmounts some of the components to like save memory or something, or there's some kind of visibility change that occurs. Oh, it detected that I had a hand gesture. Ooh, I might add that. I might add that later. Do one of these, and then it'll, it literally happens on the Cloudflare demo.cloudflare website. Okay? And I opened a GitHub issue and I was like, how has no one talked about this? It happens on all of my devices. It can't be me. Even if it's me, fix it. And I told Codex to go figure out why it happens. It fixed it. And I'm, good enough is how I think. And so I don't think we'll have that problem for book club on Friday, which we'll probably cancel because it's Halloween.
Yeah.
Probably do a 2-chapter the following. I should mention that to the team. But yeah, so those are the updates. Things that come to mind that are trouble. One, don't read too much into that join button being gone. Okay, when you expand the thing out and it doesn't have the vertical space eaten by sharing this tab to Riverside, the join button looks fine. All right, I don't think we need to nitpick. Things that I need to fix. Stale can be checked and unchecked. Archive kind of just goes away. That'll be easy. These aren't sorted in a way I'm satisfied with. Mobile has some awkward... do I like this? I don't know. And, do we want the timer to start when you click start? Do we want to have the timer start? I think we did. Stop when you stop, right?
Well, that's what Levi's does.
Yeah. Oh, well, here, let me go to my latest version. And it looks like this as well. I've improved the space utilization in the active tab, and it's a little more monochrome.
Nice.
I like how Levi's allows you to discuss more than one topic too. I might do that as well.
That's interesting. Yeah, I guess because sometimes you do drag more than one in because you're like, oh, I guess we're talking about both of these.
I guess we're talking about both of these. You'll say. There's the merging capacity. Haven't had a lot of demand for that from you guys. I should probably add it. Not too worried about it. Probably going to put it in the edit feature with a little drop down merge with, select, send, merge, whatever. On merge if it's got the dash, right?
We rarely use merge in book club, but I do use it a lot in Easy Retro at work. Like when we're doing retros and stuff at work, I end up merging a lot of stuff because I'm like, oh yeah, these are the same thing.
Yeah.
I also do a lot of, I guess we're discussing both of these. Sometimes they're the same utility, basically. It's like, oh, we're talking about this, and then I'm like, oh shit, there's another topic that's like 3 topics down that I should have merged with this. We're talking about both of these right now.
And later when we add some AI stuff, I could just be like, detect merges, and it would be like, do these? Yes, 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 or yes to all. Kind of a quick drafting prompt kind of a thing. The other thing, and possibly the major thing, frankly. By the way, in Riverside, I don't know if you actually watched our latest episode on YouTube. I've been trying not to do that because I think what happens is I click the video, get through it, and I go, yeah, that looked good, and then I click off, and it like ruins our algorithm, and so I just don't watch them anymore. I also think marking our first 50 episodes explicit probably burned us. We should probably rebrand to build it faster. And then you should just watch your effing mouth, or I'll start beeping them out, or it won't matter because no one cares.
Wait, what? Sorry, repeat. What happened? Why is the cursing bad?
Well, it limits the reach of our platform.
It does?
Well,
because explicit or whatever?
Well, it's not. I don't think it has to be marked as explicit. I think I was doing that and shouldn't have because I wasn't just. I don't think it was adult content, but also I think profanity. I wouldn't be surprised if I shouldn't say I know that it does. I wouldn't be surprised if it harmed reach.
Really?
I don't know. I shouldn't say I know. I'm suspicious. But what I really want to talk about is, maybe I'll frame it this way. I signed up for I don't even know what to call it. In ChatGPT, you can make GPTs, which are like basically just, here's a system prompt I came up with that, for example, now it's a coach. Now it's a blah, blah, blah. This one makes coloring books for children, and you don't have to be like, you are a coloring book for children thing. You don't have to handcraft it. They've already done all the work. It just does what you've told it to do. And so these are pre-configured systems that do it. Maybe it reaches out to some service, whatever. And this one was like, this is a entrepreneur coach service by Tom what's-his-face. And so now I'm getting emails too. And I haven't unsubscribed yet, but he's like, just ship it. You're waiting too long. Ship it. Just ship it. Don't even build it. Get a PowerPoint slide and go show one person who says, I would love to buy that. Then build it. And so I've got a little bit of, if this is going to be a SaaS, we should probably launch it at some point. To some degree. And to that end, one of my anxieties is, well, so what are they going to do? So they're going to show up to here and just come into our book club? Do I need to lock that down? Do I need to build a payment system yet? I think I should build a payment system if I'm going to start trying to make money off this thing. Maybe everyone is able to read but not write. Maybe people are audio only for a while. Maybe I'm overthinking it because no one's going to care and this is probably going to fail. Maybe I should bother spending a day locking down the database permission so people can't just delete stuff and put crap in there and some of that. And then what even actually is this? Because we've solved, frankly. We got some positive feedback from Alex. He's like, this is not bad, which I thought was great. Mm-hmm. All right, he's ready. He's ready to start sharing it. He's the innovator. All right, on the chasm we're going to try to cross here. He's an innovator, and so I think the experience is good enough. I don't need to build a talking stick. I don't need to build AI transcription today. Okay, this is good enough today. To facilitate conversation, and maybe I'll throw a little export in there, or whatever. What about the rest of it? Plan a session. Do we want to have a session-based system? Do we want to go full matchmaking PvP session experience? Do we want to build a social network out of this thing? Because, in effect, as a matter of view, this could be considered somewhat of a subreddit. This could be considered somewhat of a post. These are the comments upon that post. Mm-hmm. I know I loved the idea of reaction, emoji-based reactions, which it could also double up as a bookmarking system. So let me take a breath there. Are any of those threads particularly pulling at your interest?
Yeah, I have a couple specific things that I see that, personally I would want to change before I had somebody try to use it. But they're very small. Otherwise, I think you're basically there. And yeah, as far as like managing access and stuff, I think that's interesting to talk about because I think it's the next problem for you to solve.
Which I basically have already solved. It's not even like an, oh no, it's going to take a week. Like it's not a big deal.
I just meant like what you want the user experience to be. You'd have to kind of decide. So that could be fun to talk about. But yeah, I mean, I'm happy to give you my 2 pieces of feedback and then talk about what the UX should be for a new person or new people.
Yeah, just take me top to bottom. What's most exciting on your mind here?
These are 2 copy changes, really, 2 word changes. So one would be if you pull up the app.
Sure.
Just to have a little bit of fun and rhetoric with this one. So like you currently have, you've worked on the button a little bit. The what is now the sessions button. It used to be the back button. What I would say is like if you're like, you know, a movie theater and you're in the theater and you go to leave the theater, there's not a sign on the door that says like lobby with an arrow, you know, it says exit. If you look at the bottom of the call that we're in right now in Riverside, the button to close the call, what's that one called? It's called leave.
It's called leave, and there's a hang up button.
Yeah, it's not called like Riverside Home with an arrow. It's not like, oh, this will take you back to the home page. It's like you're leaving the call, you're leaving the session. I think that the button at the top, right wherever you put it, I think the button should be closely associated with the call, and it should be like a leave. It should even be next to the join button. Really, you know, it should be somewhere that you can leave the call, and it's clear that if clicked is going to leave the call, and that's all that it does, right? It's going to take you back to the sessions screen, but only because you've left the call. You're basically going back into the lobby.
I love leave. I love that. It's leave. I'm sold.
Because I'm not going to click leave. I'm not going to click leave. I know what leave means, you know? And I think when I hover over it, it should turn red. That's all. I use iconography if you want, but it should say leave and turn red when I hover over it. So it's clearly like I'm fucking gone if I click this. And then the only other one,
walking out of the door turn red when you hover. Love it. Good additions to the transcript. I'm going to ask it to build issues out of this.
Fun. And then the only other thing that caught me off guard a little that I thought wasn't immediately intuitive was you have content, you have split, which I think is interesting, and then you have people. I was thinking maybe the far right should be called maybe video. I don't know that people is not, I get what you mean because you're like, oh, it's people that you're talking to, but it's really, I mean, it's the video element of it because there's still people interacting in the content, in the comments and stuff like that. Just something that I thought might be a little more explicit. Like, Are you looking at the content? Are you looking at the video, or do you want a split screen of both? That was the only other thing that came to mind.
And as well, that remains a consistent feedback from you in the mobile. You would say content and video, or conference,
exactly.
But video.
Yeah, I like video. It's just crystal clear. Everyone knows what it means, and it's like, oh yeah, do you want to use the video? And I'm realizing now there is a third thing. I like pretty much everything else. You're filtering, you're sorting. I only think that the archive button is too much. It's too large. It's too prominent. And it competes a little bit with my eyes. Like my eyes are like, okay, hold on a sec. I've got buttons all over the place here. I've got a timer button, and then plus 2 minutes, and then there's a stop button, I guess, and then an archive button. But then there's the votes count.
We need a show on hover. Show on hover a little bit, but keep pulling that thread.
The votes count looks. I mean, your votes count because that's we're discussing it right now card, right? The votes count in that way that you're showing it right there looks the same way as the votes button does. Like so.
It
so
appears
it makes
to be
it
an
look like a
affordance,
button.
but it's not.
Exactly. It's a false affordance.
Yes, and it should be aligned to the right as you would expect it to remain when you promote the card.
Which it would be if that archive button wasn't so aggressive, taking up all that real estate. The archive button.
What do you think about
the
same kind of 5 and 2 stop archive touching
Well,
kind of button.
what happens when you click stop?
So stop returns it to the pending pile.
Why would you do that?
Oops. And then what do? You gotta go, to archive and then bring it back?
Let's see. But it makes it, the way that the button is played, the stop and archive buttons right now look as though you're going to be clicking them all the time. But the way you just described it is you'll click stop only as a correction to an accident, and archive you'll click to actually end a topic. So now we're done talking. Should I click stop or should I click archive?
You should click archive. I don't think that's the ideal final UX, but my expectation in the current UX would be you archive to toss it, and then you promote the next one or start the next one. Like here, let me show you what that looks like. Yes.
See, that's why stop was originally called like unpromote or something.
Unpromote.
Like that.
Right.
Yeah. So anyway, maybe a little bit.
I think votes to the right. Okay. I think archive primary, and then stop and comments button are show on hover. And we could just put a little stop like icon. It doesn't need to be so prominent and labeled. We'll play with it. We don't need to get it perfectly right. These are good feedbacks.
Yeah, when you hover right now, what's the play button look like or the start button look like if you hover over a different topic? Yeah, okay, it says start. Okay. Okay, yeah, very interesting. Yeah.
Also probably not going to have this pop out so hard. Maybe I should. Maybe it should be 50-50. I don't know. And then you could do content if you wanted your just the thing delivering in effect.
Yeah, but why is it
your ask? Well, I guess that's just mobile. I guess you don't need a content only. Probably should not even have that.
Yeah. Well, I was gonna say I like content only if you think of it as like just a discussion board. But
yeah, because you could have you could have a communication.
You could have a whole day. You could have like, oh, here are our topics for the week, and here's today's topic, and then people just discuss all day in the threads on that topic or something. Maybe that's a use case that shouldn't exist or doesn't exist.
Well, so that's the other. So
I like the idea of being able to use it as a board aside from my meet call. Like I don't have to use your video tool if I already am using a video tool.
Yeah. Well, this brings up another question. Though I'll hold it until you're out of feedback about the in-session experience.
Mm-hmm. Oh, sorry. Okay. No, I think for me at this point it boils down to like that active card needs to be reworked a little bit.
A little.
Along with the other things I mentioned, I think you're basically there. I think it should be just thinking for a sec about what the obvious things are that what should be most prominent. It's like the happy path should be most prominent. So it's like I'm going to promote a topic, we're going to talk about it, and then I'm going to, I guess, archive it. Like it's going to go next. So archive should be most prominent. And then whatever you're using for stop should be less prominent. But I like your idea of kind of like making it one button. Maybe it just is like a stop button, and stop moves it to the archive. But when you hover over stop, you have a little secondary button that shows up that is like the back button. And you can click that instead to return it.
Yeah, so it's like I think a show on,
or you can either stop and archive, or you can click the little button next to it to return it to the pile.
Yeah.
And maybe when you hover over that button, you should get a tooltip that says like, stop.
Yeah, but it's not prominent, and I love again your appeal to frequency of reaching for it.
Yeah.
It's been really orienting.
Yeah. Comments, I think, is obviously something you're going to want to click quite a bit.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
And I think
And you
there's
might
also
even want to comment count at some point or something.
I do
like
think
that.
it would be good to have the count there, or the new, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe you have like in with like a
Yeah.
pipe or something, so that you can see them. So, or rather, do continue if anything else is on mind for in session experience.
No, that I think you've got all the feedback kind of captured. I can't think other than trying to figure out all the solutions right now. I mean, I think
To
that's
the-
pretty
to the
well
feedback?
exhausted. Yeah.
Oh, I'm not too worried about workshopping the means by which we'll realize the feedback necessarily, because as well now sounds like it's appropriate to ask a couple more questions. Okay, what is this? Is it a technically community? What would you even call Reddit? It's not a bulletin board forum. Is this a simple forum that you can also have structured discussion in? Okay, is this meant to be broadcast? Is it meant to be private? Is it meant to be a social network, right? Or is it meant to be a book club facilitation app? Okay, or I was also thinking these items, I could plug this into your Jira and you could just sit with your team all day working items. It is a force ranked mobbing tool where your transcription and discussion continuously updates the issue tracking system. Do we want to get into that? Who's going to pay us? Do we care about getting paid? And so these are the questions I have in my mind. And the ultimate question at the very tippy top would be, and what scope do we pursue first for MVP?
Yeah. Well, I think making it like a work tool, it sounds like you're talking like a really kind of, what is it? Like, planning poker, like it's like a planning poker tool, I guess, or not that it is that, but you were saying it could be something like that. I don't know that that's good to go for, just because I don't know enough about like
be like a Scrum Master secretary automation. Scrum Masters often play secretary.
Right, but how many teams actually want to do things the right way in the first place? Like
None of them. Zero.
Right.
Zero. 2 zeros, actually.
Yeah.
You'd think it's the same number. It's not. It's 2 zeros.
Yeah, double zero.
Okay.
So
so maybe that matters.
Yeah, don't build something for PMs, dude. They're the worst people, and they don't want to do anything the right way. So they're just gonna fucking use a spreadsheet in the end anyway.
They're gonna use a spreadsheet in the end, and this, I don't see how this hurts the team anymore, and so PMs aren't gonna want it if it doesn't cause pain.
I like it. I like you thinking of it as a lean coffee app, like you're trying to revolutionize lean coffee, bring it into the modern age.
Okay.
Anybody can use a lean coffee for literally anything. You can use it for a retro. You can use it for a book club. You can use it just for. I have a group of friends online.
Ideation.
Sure. Social hour. Friends. I was thinking. So when we were, we recently. So just quick aside. On Tuesday mornings, one of our kind of most tenured engineers for the longest time has done like a Tuesday morning social sync, and I've like never gone to it. And I just asked him the other day. I was like, "How many people show up to that?" And he's like 2 people show up to that on Tuesday mornings. And I was like, "Man, I would, but it's like." Mornings, I'm really trying to get in the zone for the day, and I'm just like tackling my to-do list and stuff. Like I have no time for like fun first thing in the morning on a Tuesday. I would much rather, once I've got everything handled for the day, do like an afternoon kind of social thing or whatever. And so he moved it to give it a try, and it ended up being pretty successful. So now it's like an afternoon thing, and I actually intend to go. And I went to the last one, and it was a good time. And I was thinking, like, you know what would have made this like fun is some lean coffee. I think it would have just kind of like, it would have made it easier to pick a thing to talk about. It would have made it harder for one or two people to kind of dominate, not even by being dominant personalities, but more so just like, no one's talking, awkward silence. I can propose something to talk about. And so they do, because maybe they're more comfortable to bring something up. But then you just end up talking about what one or two people want to talk about the whole time. So it'd be nice to, hey guys, what's up? Yeah, throw some topics on the board. What do you guys want to talk about? Okay, Dungeons and Dragons, New York Giants. You get like a couple random funsy topics, and you could even have fun with it and be like, the only rule is it can't be work related, even if it's something like that. So just to end the aside, I see a lot of opportunities for use of lean coffee. I think the app should focus on being the number one lean coffee app. And I think that helps you stay true to form to certain lean coffee principles. It still leaves the door open to the talking stick, because I think the talking stick could be really useful in lean coffee, and you could like turn it on or turn it off. Like turning on the talking stick is like, we're going to be very serious about taking turns here, and turning it off is like, we're going to be more casual, and interrupting is allowed.
Well, and we discussed the idea of it being pick upable with a, if no one's got it, it's not on kind of a thing.
Right. Sure.
Right. So you got a few modes.
Right, like if no one's holding the talking stick, it can only be in a hand or on the table, And if it's on the table, you don't have to like ask for it; you just grab it. Very cool. I like that. So anyway, that to kind of sum up what I think your beachhead should be. I think it's kind of like anyone who's wanting to use lean coffee, current users of lean coffee should be your beachhead. Like if you're not, you shouldn't be trying to get people who don't use lean coffee to start using your app. I think you should focus on the people who are currently doing lean coffee, whether it be with Easy Retro or Kanbanish or whatever tool they're currently using. That's who you should go after for a beachhead, which to me is like retros and
that's clarifying.
I don't know how many book clubs are using it, but they should.
So that's clarifying, and I think that a bunch of organizations would use something like this, and I think that a bunch of like communities, right, would use this. Like, I don't know about mind the product necessarily, but like whenever you have these like community-oriented discussion systems, you just go grab some instant coffee, get your things in there, maybe take advantage of some of the AI stuff where you don't have to like type it out. You can be like, oh, I want to talk about this, and it would be like, oh, some convenient AI drafting stuff. I would imagine it would be really, really useful for strategy planning, where you can take tremendous advantage of like topic oriented transcription, right, where what you said happened during this focused card, and you can take maybe some advantage of that too. But I think that's secondary. I think because now I'm imagining this isn't public. The boards are private by default. You can make them public if you want to get weird with it. It's just it's the easiest way to do it. And if you want, I even have the video conferencing. You just hop right in, and you have it all in one thing instead of having like the tabs open. You're just in the app, and it's mobile friendly. Again, you had pointed out it is finally it's on mobile. Imagine even not even using the video component. Like at my job, I would join a Teams meeting and have it up on my phone and be like, little web app. Yeah. You just boop the whatever, open on mobile, boop, here it is.
I would be interested in maybe thinking about, because there are a bunch of features that we've talked about, and something that hasn't really come up in this call yet is the whole other possible lane of you making like some kind of debate app. 'cause you talked about that, and I don't want to just pretend like that wasn't something you got excited about. So we should acknowledge that. I think something that is interesting to me might be listing some of the key features that we've talked about, like the talking stick, or like P2P sessions, like public. What is it? I'm a not observer, is observer, spectator, like a spectator mode. Something like a spectator mode, I think, is a feature that applies for a debate app. I don't think spectator mode is as important for a Teams Lean Coffee app, because you're fucking on the team, you're going to be in the call. Like, and who am I broadcasting?
Oh, unless you're doing a gnarly all hands.
Yeah, maybe.
Can you imagine a lean all hands?
Sure. That sounds wild.
You don't want questions asked during an all hands.
No exec is brave
No
enough
exec would
to
do that. I promise to do that when this is a company.
Yeah.
And you have it on video, team.
Trying to illustrate the point, what I'm saying is, like, maybe having a bit of a matrix where, or I'll talk in terms of a Notion database, because that's what my whole life has been lately. But like, you make a Notion database, a backlog, if you will, of features, and I'd be interested to tag them by user group that would actually be interested in that feature, like, because that might help you identify which features are essential to your Lean Coffee app that also may be a step in the direction, like the talking stick, I think is a good example of a feature that'll be great for a debate app, but also great for Lean Coffee. That's, to me, a must build. We should build that feature because it's going to be great for your beachhead. But
it's differentiating.
Right, but it is differentiating. It could be like you might end up being talking.stick might be the name of the app or something, because the feature
that
becomes
important.
So
and we could render this in a multiple directions too. Like, you don't just need to have just one solution. You could have a debate oriented app. You could have a whatever. It's the same platform. You got to pick one, of course.
Sure.
And that's interesting. So well, just briefly, some of the ideas, because we've run discussion communities for over a decade. Mm-hmm. We can say that. We had Open Minds, which was cute.
Yeah.
Broke that with a Lofgren. My bad.
Dude, we started with that. That was before phase 2 even.
I know. And then we did Peopleware.
I was still in college. I was in college.
Yeah, dude.
Doing Open Minds. Yeah. Welcome back.
I did install the Logitech thing on my new computer. But what I'm saying is, this app, I keep noticing everything I have ever wanted to do is realizable in this app. I feel like my gain is like crazy high. There we go.
To me, but
there we go. It's a little better now. But I feel like it's realizable in this app. The talking stick. It's like worse now. There we go. Oh my god. Why did I touch it?
Hearing yourself?
Yeah, I can hear my own.
You do
my
playback?
own voice.
Nice.
Yeah. But there's the talking stick. There's transcription. There's just the idea of the whole moderators thing. They're like, anyone can say anything, and you sub to moderators. Like, if we wanted to go that direction, I could see this easily as a Spaces killer, where Spaces does not have a talking stick, and building a talking stick is non-trivial. They could probably build one, but like, are they going to? I don't know. And so for contentious debate, it'd be like, all right, you and me, talking stick, tomorrow.
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna just argue, and there'll be a record
like
of it. People can argue about what we argued about, because there'll be a record of the discussion per discussion, not just the argument won't have comments. The arguments will have comments.
Right. It's an unbiased auto mod. And I'm surprised that we still haven't seen that in like presidential debates and stuff, where they literally turn off the fucking mic at the timer and it doesn't matter what the fuck you're saying. I'm so floored that we haven't done that yet.
They did that last time.
Did they? Where it literally it turned off their mic and there were no excuses, and it was, and they're in a fucking soundproof box.
They're not in a soundproof box, but you can only hear Trump a little bit in the
too,
background. He's not talking over you on the mic.
Yeah, that's nice.
But this would be...
You just hear him chirping. You hear him through your mic, basically, like chirping on the other side of the room.
Yeah. But like debate, like surely debates, presidential or otherwise, political, etc. Definitely you could go in here and you wouldn't be able to talk over each other. It would be awesome. You would just see a video of someone freaking out that they can't reply.
You've got like 3 years to have this thing presidential debate ready.
There's I tell you what, we could probably get the Libertarian and Green Party to debate on this.
There you go.
There's no way the top ones will. I definitely see a few kinds of people arguing on this platform, but help me understand, what that MVP looks like. Yeah. Though actually, I would even say you kind of have. It's like, oh, what am I building? I'm building a thing that lets you make boards, not sessions, boards, and you can make them public or private, and we're done.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
How do we make money? Do we care about money yet?
I think we care about users. Like,
maybe they have to be public unless you.
Well, like if you have a monetization, like if you have a way for people to pay for a subscription, right? But you have no users, it's like really fucking hard to get users to pay for the subscription. But like if you have users and you don't have a way for people to pay, it's a lot easier to create a way for people to pay. I guess what I'm saying is build something that makes people use it and then worry about monetizing it after you have people using it. You're basically there. You've got a few users. This is another reason that I think you should continue to have Lean Coffee as like your beachhead right now, is because you have people that are currently doing Lean Coffee stuff. They know you. They're willing to be users that'll give you feedback. You already have all of this at your disposal, and I think you use that to your advantage.
Yeah.
You don't have a debate community at your disposal yet. Maybe you can build one, like maybe we can get there. Maybe you'll have an app that's good enough to start doing that, and then you can start to optimize for those users. But I think there's no reason to build for a user base that you don't have when you already have a user base that you can build for, I guess is what I'm trying to say.
That's really helpful. That's orienting, because to summarize, I have my book club with you held hostage by this, kind of. I think they're happy to, and I don't think begrudgingly, happy to participate in early product experimentation. Because the alternative is we like pay for like Easy Retro or something because of the administration aspect of it.
It's kind of fun. It's kind of become a bit of a group project in a sense that everyone knows the feature set and everyone makes little jokes, and every week it changes a little bit, and there's one little it's always like, guys, I think it's ready, and then there's one little thing where you're like, accept that, ignore that, it's real funny.
I really think I fixed the audio bug. That was the most.
But like, this group
is
gonna find it. Like, if there's a bug, this group is gonna find it. It's like you have fantastic QA. I think you've really got.
You couldn't ask for a better situation. This is the stuff of dreams that most product people don't just have,
right?
And it's like a huge beachhead already.
These folks are willing to. These aren't. It's not about these individuals necessarily. It's not just about these individuals. It's the fact that these individuals work at very large companies full of people, and they're willing to use your app in front of those people. So I think it's like, boom, you've already got the ideal user base. Like, build for them. Build for them. I get that you have ambition for other things that this thing could become, other flavors of it, maybe other subscription models, like built, like you said, on this platform, but for specific uses. But for the moment, build for the user base you've got.
Yes, that is. I think that is the complete. I think that last sentence is the complete answer for what the definition of MVP is, because. Not only are they have they been excellent about feedback and being gracious about patience while we work through little bugs. They've been through 3 iterations of me trying to build a Lean Coffee app. There is Alex made a board and plans to use it for his book club at his company, at his very serious company. And so that is obviously got to be the exclusive focus. I have to make the book club we are in and the people he is showing this off to and working with, gobsmacked is a word that comes to mind about how convenient and clean and usable and nice and fun it was to have to just use it. You know, that's obvious to me now after you're saying it. Anything else we do will be because someone's busting our door down to get this to do that.
Right.
You know, this or that. Therefore, the talking stick is a back burner.
Yeah.
I ought not spend any time on the talking stick, even though I could probably build all of what I said in a week or two, because my goodness, does it move fast.
Sure.
I think locking down the boards, letting people make boards, getting completely rid of the awkward session and topic hierarchy nonsense, and really just focusing on, this is a lean coffee app. You have agenda items and you talk about them, and then they go stale, and we have other clever ways of making it pleasant where you don't have to clean up after yourself, which I think is a major... There's like 4 or 5 major innovations over every tool I've ever used in here because of the amount of work we've done. Where, you know, stale is a filter, archived is a filter. That's huge. That's all by itself. That's a huge innovation, which maybe they can steal, but I don't know. I think we can have a lot more fun with it than, you know, those established organizations. You know, we're nimble because
you've taken multiple columns and turned them into filters. That's what you've done.
Yeah,
That's
which was huge.
Really smart. Yeah.
So I think what I'm going to do here, I'll even share the screen here. Is it this one? Yeah, this one. I think what I'm going to do here is under plan a session, instead of having this awkward top level I'm trying to half-ass be Reddit nonsense, I think I'm going to completely do away with all of this and have it focus on you adding boards. You know, there's no cap, there's no time, there's no date. It's just this the name of the board, and you can open it, and maybe there's an owner, and the owner can maybe manage deleting it or whatever, and then you go into it, and then you use it, and it's lovely. That's the goal.
Yep.
How does that goal sound to you?
I love it. And then I think as we innovate in the future, you should basically use feature flags to make different distros of this app. Like, you should have your base app and then a collection of feature flags that makes up your debate app, and a collection of feature flags that makes up whatever other app you might want to have. But I think that allows you to build a feature that works for whatever you want it to work for, and you can turn those features on and off for kind of, like I said, different use cases. But for now, simplify the shit out of it. Get rid of everything that isn't necessary for lean coffee.
Yeah. Which is a lot.
Lesson. Big
There's
lesson
a lot.
to take.
There's a lot to strip out.
Right. Big lesson to take away from Levi. Does that mean that you're gonna strip out the nested comments?
No.
No. Okay, cool. So you leave that, because I do like that. I like the nested comments.
Everyone always wanted that.
Yeah.
And it's not in a little effing box. It's like a proper comment experience. And I'm going to add the emoji react thing, because I thought that was cool, and you might actually want to indeed bookmark things that you said.
Yeah.
Like, those are little things I think that would be fun and wouldn't be hard to add. But I'm going to strip away just everything else. And then we're also going to steal outright Levi's ephemeral board. We're just going to take it.
Yeah, like
just
that
completely.
Now, is that when you say that, are you saying that every one of these should be ephemeral?
No.
Okay, you're saying it's an option to just have an ephemeral board. It's like a quick play button.
Quick play.
Quick play. We're in a board, and this thing's gonna fucking disappear unless you click the make this an official session. Like, you can maybe
promote to board or
do something. Yeah.
Permanent. But yeah,
sure.
Yeah, yes.
I do love the idea for a quick session. Yeah, fuck planning anything. The plan a session sounds terrible. I should just be able to give it a title and fucking go.
Where it says log in, it's just going to have a quick play button where you don't even log in. It just goes boop, and it just pops. Or I was thinking, if we really want to be instant coffee about it, when you go to the website, you're in an ephemeral session and you can click the boards button to go to your boards.
So like you go to the website, kind of like Levi's actually. Like you go to the website, boom, you're in
Literally
a session.
Levi's, yeah.
And you can either share the session you're in, or you can make it a non-ephemeral session, like a concrete session. I don't know if I have that one figured out.
It's something like that, where if you're not logged in, you're presented, instead of a please log in, it's a hello anonymous, here's a board for you, and then you can be like log in to get to the page you would have gotten to anyway. Like the login screen is ephemeral lean coffee.
What if you had like a name it to save it kind of feature? Like it's ephemeral, it fires up, it has like a random hash as the name of the room, and you can like share the room to people. But if you click where the hash is and give it a name, now it saves it in your sessions or something like that. If you're logged in. Could be cool. Right, if you're logged in, something like that. Anyway. Okay.
But yeah, so something like that I think is the way to go, because then you can have, ephemeral lean coffee, just pop it in. You don't need a permanent board. I don't even see your data, right? You're not even using my database. Like that's how ephemeral it's going to be. It's going to be like you and, up to 4 people if you want the video. You don't need to use the video, but if you have more than 4 people, you need to use my like Cloudflare system. You need to be logged in to do that, because I'm not just going to give you a free meeting session. That's the cost, is your identity. Okay. That's I know who I'm talking to.
But this is good, right? Do you feel like you're more empowered to pursue your next set of features or your next set of changes, given that you have maybe more clarity on like who you're building for?
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. My immediate MVP is to strip away everything that isn't board management, tighten the permissions down, because again, the entire database is read-write. Like it's a database as a service, and you can do whatever you want to it right now. It's terrible. You could change my name on my profile if you wanted to. You don't know how. You could, though. Yeah. Like you could just be like, you just need a little bit of JavaScript know-how to F with it right now. But it's trivial to lock down. And then you could make them private. You can make them private public, and then you're good.
Yeah, dude. Levi's gonna love it.
I'm not gonna do the ephemeral thing until I've completely delivered that tight MVP.
Yeah, I don't think it's necessary. I'm trying to think about what I need if I want to do something with my team. I like the access it via link and log in with a Google account. Okay. I think those are kind of my favorite things to do. Like, and that tracks. Yeah, like anyone with the link can join, kind of thing.
I think we need anonymous
not tight
support.
Enough.
I think we need anonymous support. I think for the MVP, I'm going to have no anonymous support, but then we can say, Mike, how do what's the gap between you and being in this with your team? Is it that you need a link that they don't need to log in with? Is that what it is? And just the host that made the board needs to log in? Like, is that going to make it for you? And if you're like, yes, that's the next step we take, Right. Because it's to the end of adoption.
Yeah. I do kind of like, the ephemeral, like spin it up, everybody gives themselves a name when they join, whatever. It's for fun.
I could do it if you're telling you what, you don't owe it to me in the next 1 minute. I don't have a hard stop, by the way.
No, I'm just trying to
don't let
think
me make you
about
late or anything, but you tell me what your scope is that you would need to do this with your team, and that'll be MVP 2. Which I might just do all at once. I'm gonna make it perfect for us and Alex. And then whatever you need comes next.
It's funny because this is a thing where I honestly want Alex to answer, because if it's good for him, it's surely good for me when it comes to like being able to share with your team. Because like I'm trying to balance convenience and security or privacy, I guess is what I'm saying. Like I love the idea of like anybody with the link can join. It's super easy. You don't have to log in, whatever, just click and play. But then I also am like, well, but can anyone on the team just share the board with somebody? But I mean, I don't know. They'd have to be nefarious, and I'm sure if they were nefarious, there's a million other ways. They could take a fucking screenshot if they wanted to, like, out us or something. Like,
Yeah,
so
exfiltrate your data.
Yeah, like, so how scared am I of somebody, like, sharing the board publicly or something like that? I don't know. I'd have to think on it. But like I said, I'd be curious what Alex thinks. Surely he's already got a better... I think just gut sense for these sort of things.
What does he think? He already made a board. Look at this board. Look at this board.
Then maybe you're already good, you know? Maybe
well, I just, do think about it, okay?
You're
if you
good.
find
Just
yourself...
reduce the config steps, honestly. Go back to... You're good on sessions. Obviously, I've been able to join every call, no problem. You're probably just good there, and you're right to pursue what you're talking about earlier with just, like, making it simpler to plan a session. Less planning, more doing, more jumping in.
Okay.
Quicker play.
Okay. Yeah, because ideally, I'll have this tightened all the way up, and then I'll say, Mike, why haven't you clicked create board? And then you'll tell me,
Right.
And maybe it's true. Maybe the words you choose are true. Maybe they're not, and we can just explore what your actual comfort gap is.
Nice.
That
I
could be
just had to
fun.
bump my retro out a week from yesterday, so my next retro is next Tuesday, and then 3 weeks from then I'll have another one because it's usually monthly. But since I bumped this one out a week, the next one will only be 3 weeks away. So those are your next two chances for me to use it with my team.
I love it. I love that because I at the very least, if I can't convert my captured audience, what hope do I have in the market?
There you go. Yeah, right here, your early adopters. All right, dude. Cool.
Yeah, we didn't get a chance to vibe. Maybe we'll do that one of these days.
Next time, I'd much rather.
It'd be fun to do it next time.
I honestly came into this thinking like I'm going to build with Joe today, but I still don't feel like I know who we're building for. I'm so much happier having had a discussion about who we're building for, so that next time I am helping build in any sense or any capacity, I feel like I'll know exactly who we're building for, and it'll be a lot easier to make a call or to suggest a change. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Well, I won't keep you.
Cool,
and it was fun to I got another half hour of my workday.
Oh, that's funny. I forgot since we did things early today.
I was gonna say I'm not.
I gotta get back at it personally. But
Yeah, I was just gonna say I'll let you go.
it's been fun. Later, buddy.
It has indeed been fun, and I'll talk to you later.
Peace.